video from the Average Jake Firefighter blog. Today we're going to be talking about a simple tip or pitfall that I often see when people try to utilize rope to stretch hose exterior of a building or a well hole or something of that nature. A lot of times people make a simple mistake that then complicates that rope stretch into the occupancy. And we just want to highlight that in order to hopefully correct it when you're using rope to stretch in your fire department. Before we get to the tip, I just wanted to talk about, for a few seconds, the type of rope that I carry. Now, I've seen a lot of different things, and I've seen a lot of different types of or styles of rope on engine companies. Some people utilize just simple rope they get from Walmart and they stick it in an old bleach bottle. Some people utilize out-of-service life safety rope. Some people just use just random rope around. I've seen people use old clothesline. Whatever you have tends to typically work. I personally have just a 50-foot bag of cordage that on one end has a non-locking carabiner, and also have a second carabiner that is a locking carabiner that I use to secure it to my air pack. I use the locking carabiner, one, to give me a second carabiner in case I need it. I can use it as a descent control device by tying a Munter hitch. I also like the locking carabiner to secure the bag to my air pack because I've seen non-locking carabiners get hung on things when people are crawling around. So that locking carabiner acts as kind of a safety device for me while I'm crawling around and performing firefighting duties inside. But essentially, it's just some cordage with a carabiner on it, and it's 50 feet. Now on to the point of the video. In your view, you can see a multifamily dwelling or apartment complex. I know these are pretty common throughout the entire country. Also, in other multifamily dwellings or even hotels, motels, any sort of higher up building, you have balconies, window unit air conditioners, awnings, all sorts of exterior obstructions that can pose a problem when we're utilizing rope to do an exterior stretch. Additionally, if you're utilizing this inside of an occupancy for a well hole or something like that, there's stair treads, railings, all sorts of things that can hang up that rope if you do it improperly. Typically, when we utilize an exterior stretch or a rope stretch, we're using it on a taller building. This is not something we usually do on a single-family dwelling or anything like that. So what I was talking about is all of these obstructions can pose pretty significant problems. And I've got some video demonstrating what I'm talking about. So in this video is going to demonstrate the point of the entire thing. One of the biggest things I see, or biggest mistakes I see people make when they utilize these rope stretches, is that they throw the bag. The bag itself can get caught on a multitude of things. It can get caught on those awnings, those stair rails, those window unit air conditioners, those balconies. Anything that's hanging on the exterior of that building, it can get caught on, as you can see when I demonstrate here. When you do that, you have to pull the entire rope out of the bag in order to retrieve it and try to rethrow it. The proper way to utilize this technique would be to throw the end of the rope first. It's got a carabiner on it, or at least my rope does. If yours doesn't, you should add one to add a little bit of weight to it so that if it gets caught on something, you can easily pull it back to you and then maneuver it around. The added weight adds that ability to maneuver it around obstacles, things like that, and you don't have to pull the entire bag of rope out in order to retrieve your rope and try to rethrow. Again, this may seem like a simple thing, but I constantly see it in live burns, in real life fires, people throwing the rope bag out and it gets caught on something, or for a lack of training or whatever reason, somebody doesn't know what to do when you throw them the bag of rope. They don't know that you can pull the rope out and make the knot. The easier way to do it is just equip your rope with some sort of carabiner or snap hook, and that way it has the weight in order to be able to be maneuvered easier, and you don't have to pull the entire rope back out of the bag in order to get it off of an obstruction. Thanks for watching. I hope this tip helps you. If you have any other tips or tricks with anything else in the fire service, send them on. You can follow me or send them to @AverageJakeFF on Twitter. And as always, you can look at the website averagejakefirefighter.com for more great content and opinions on the fire service. As I always say, invest in yourself, invest in your team. 1 hour in the gym, 1 hour in the library, and 1 hour out on the drill floor every day, and you'll make yourself and your team a phenomenal firefighter and phenomenal firefighting department. So thanks for viewing and stay safe.